What's going on, everybody? Arel Moodie here, and I will be your host for the first ever virtual HR Trivia Job Jeopardy game. This game is designed to help you get a leg up when you're looking for a job, when you're looking for an internship. We want you to get hired at the rate you want and at the organizations you want. And this entire fun game is designed to help you succeed right now. We have some incredible folks with us who are from different areas of industry in the area of Lawrence County and Mercer County, and their whole goal is to help you get the answers you need to the questions that are most important for your success to get hired. So with that said, let's jump in and play a game we like to call HR Trivia. Our first question is going to be, what is the minimum wage in Pennsylvania? Do you think the answer is A, $7.25 an hour, which equals to about $15,080 per year? Do you think the answer is B, $7.50 an hour, which equals about $15,600 per year? Or is the answer C, $8 an hour, where if you made that, you'd make roughly $16,640 per year? I'll give you a second. What do you think is the right answer? All right, to tell us what the right answer is, we have Aaron Smalley from GW Becker Incorporated.
All right, so the answer, Arel, is A, $7.25 an hour. I would like to add that obviously that's just the beginning. As you grow through the maturity and get better jobs, I like to highlight that you have to understand that minimal skills are always going to equal minimal wage. So I highly recommend that you go and get as many certifications, job skills that you can, so that you can more quickly move up the scale of the hourly wage.
So yes, as Aaron told us, the answer is A, $7.25 an hour. Question number 2. Do most companies have a specific dress code? A, yes. B, no. C, I don't know. What do you think the answer is? All right, to answer that, we have Jessica Wellington from the Pennsylvania Dance Company to answer that question.
The answer is yes. A workplace dress code ensures that when customers look at your employees, they see people who are dressed appropriately for that industry, which may boost their confidence in the business as a whole. Not to mention, you look better and perform better when you're put together.
Yes, so as she told us, the answer is yes. You want to make sure you know the specific dress code so that when you are going for the interview and showing up for your first day of work, you are dressed for success. All right, our next question. Which quality does an employer wish for a new employee? Is it A, lots of social media followers, because you got that clout? B, to be accountable for your actions at work and outside of work? Or C, just don't ask any questions and do what you were told? To answer that question, we have Jesse Miller from Primary Health.
The correct answer is B, to be accountable for your actions at work and outside of work. Employers want to know that they can rely on you and that you're going to take responsibility for your actions at the office or at any industry you're working in. But also you have to remember, when you're not at work, you're still representing whatever company that you're working for, and you want to do so in a professional manner.
Yes, that is exactly right. The answer is B. Make sure that if you are accountable, you are successful. All right, let's go to number 4. How many jobs will the average person have in his or her lifetime? Is it A, 5 to 7, B, 12 to 15, or C, 20 to 25? To answer that, we have Christy DeJoy from First National Bank. So excited to see what she has to say.
The correct answer is 12 to 15 jobs. Now, keep in mind, especially when you graduate, that you might not immediately get your dream job. So it's important that you look at each opportunity in each job that you have to gain skill and experience that can take you into your next opportunity. It's nice if you can continue with an organization and continue to grow in your career with them, but as you grow and change, your interests sometimes change, and you might find yourself in a different field altogether. Again, it's just important that wherever you're at, whatever opportunity that you're in, you make the most of it, get what you can from that opportunity, but also continue to learn and grow.
That is right, 12 to 15. So where you start may not be where you finish. So any opportunity you can to grow, make sure to take advantage of it. All right, let's keep it moving to number 5. Are tattoos and piercings more acceptable now than years ago in the workforce? Is it A, yes, every employer allows them to be visible? B, no, every employer does not allow them to be visible? Or is it C, maybe it really depends on the type of job? What do you think, Christy?
The correct answer is that it depends on the type of job. I would say working in a professional environment like a bank, there has been more flexibility more recently than in years past. Our current policy states that small inconspicuous tattoos are okay. If it is something that is larger or the content would take away from that professional type of presentation, then we do ask that you cover them. So obviously, if it's in a place like your face that you can't cover it, then that might be disqualifying. But otherwise, a small and inconspicuous tattoo is acceptable.
And Aaron, you work in manufacturing. What's it like for you?
So yeah, I also agree that it depends on where you're working. Christy had a great response. In manufacturing, we're probably going to be a little more lenient. We're not as visible to the public as most industries, and you're going to come in, work with welding and painting and steel and all that stuff. So, again, not as visible. Depending on the face tattoos, it can't be anything racist or sexist, obviously, but we're pretty amenable to just about any tattoo or earrings or anything like that.
That's right. So the answer is C. Maybe. It depends on the type of job. So make sure you research your industry so you know what works and what doesn't. All right, let's keep it moving to number 6. Should you research a company before you have a job shadow, an internship, or even an interview with them? The answer is yes, so I can learn more about the company. B, no, I'll learn once I get there. Or C, it doesn't matter.
The correct answer is A, yes. You want to learn as much as you possibly can about the company that you're interviewing with, or you're taking an internship, a job shadow. Whenever you are educated on what the company does and what they stand for, when you go into that interview or internship, you set yourself apart from the competition so much, and you show that you really want to be there and learn and do the best that you can.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, you definitely want to do everything that you can to be prepared so that when you show up, you know as much about them as possible. And that's how you'll help separate yourself from everybody else interviewing for the job. All right, let's talk about good old-fashioned eye contact. Question 7, eye contact and a firm handshake. Those are old-fashioned. Nobody cares about those things anymore. Agree? Are you neutral on it, or do you disagree? What do you have to say?
I disagree with that. Although I don't know what the future of handshaking will be, typically it shows underlying confidence in yourself and your abilities, and eye contact shows trust.
That's right. Good old-fashioned handshake and some eye contact will never go out of style. So you never, ever want to think it's not a good fit for you. All right, number 8. What is the typical outcome if an employee tests positive on a random drug test? Is it A, 3-day suspension without pay, B, a written warning, or C, immediate termination? To answer that, let's see what Aaron has to say.
Yes, obviously in the manufacturing industry, it's very critical to not be intoxicated or on drugs using heavy machinery, lifting 10,000 pounds of steel overhead. Obviously, it's critical in any industry, so you never want to pigeonhole yourself as a young employee by doing drugs and starting out with a termination on your record. So obviously, we've all learned from an early age to not do that, and it's very critical as it becomes more accessible as you go through your job career.
That's right, Aaron. You can lose your job very quickly, so always think in the future about the actions you take today. All right, what is the most frequent cause for termination? Is it A, excessive absenteeism or tardiness? B, poor job performance, failure to complete work accurately and on time? Or is it C, unauthorized personal use of the internet and phone while on company time? Jesse, what do you think?
The correct answer is A, excessive absenteeism or tardiness. However, all of these can actually be reason for termination, but the most common is tardiness and absenteeism. And the reason that causes termination is because if you can't be relied on to show up to work, to do your job, and effectively help your coworkers, the job's not getting done.
That's right. Believe it or not, just showing up on time can be the difference between having a job and not having a job. All right, let's keep going. This is interesting. Does an employer have the legal right to check your social media, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever it might be? Do they have the right? A, yes, they do. B, no, that's private. Or C, I'm unsure why they would even want to. Jessica, what do you think?
The answer is yes. Your social media presence can reveal a lot to an employer. So not only are they looking at what you're posting, but they might also be looking at what people are saying about you. So if you're posting your celebrations of bad decisions and criminal activity, you won't be hired.
That's right. Everything that you put out social media wise you should assume it will be part of your hiring decision process. All right. Now, this is an interesting question. If you witnessed another employee stealing from the company, what would you do? A, Snapchat it, post on social media, get a bunch of views. B, inform your supervisor that you saw it. Or C, I ain't no snitch, I'm not doing nothing. Christy, what is the correct answer?
The correct answer is to inform your supervisor. Again, working for a bank, integrity is one of our core values. Of course, you'd hope that would be the case if you're working with people's money. So in this case, it's definitely important to report that type of activity. We have a saying at First National Bank that our relationships are built on trust and integrity. So if you see something, whether it's stealing money or stealing something else from the company, it's important to report that. I would also note if for some reason maybe the theft would involve your supervisor, most companies do have an HR business partner or someone from HR that will be able to help you and guide you through the reporting process.
That's right. Integrity is super important. Absolutely. A potential employer has the right to A, ask you to submit to a drug test. B, do a criminal background check on you. C, check your social media. Jesse, what do you think?
The correct answer is all of the above. I know that we've already touched a little bit on drug tests and your social media, that employers have access to those, but also criminal background checks. I know in our healthcare industry, in the state of Pennsylvania, we do a federal background check as well as a criminal state background check. And so that brings up your history. So make sure that you're making good choices so that you can get your dream job.
That's right. It is all on the table and all legal. Which qualities do the best employees possess? Is it A, good communication skills, listening, verbal, written? B, initiative, strong work ethic? Or C, cooperative and flexible? What do you think it is?
I would say all of the above, actually. All of those qualities are really important. They show discipline and drive to succeed. And if you possess those, you will work your way up.
That's right. All of it matters. So be the best version of yourself because that's how you get it done. Now, let's talk about what happens here in this area. What products are manufactured right here in Lawrence and Mercer? Is it A, plastic bottle closures, plastic suction cups, plastic porch furniture? B, parts for wind turbines, airplane landing gear? Or C, pizza stones, ice cream cones, and roller coaster brakes? Let's find out. Aaron, what do you think?
That's a great question. And they're all true, plus more. This Mercer and Lawrence County is a hotbed in manufacturing. There's a lot of stuff, even with the downturn in the economy, a lot of stuff still going. You have the steel mills right down the road. many, many things are getting manufactured in Mercer and Lawrence County. So a lot of positive stuff going on in that arena.
That's right. There's so much happening here. There's an incredible amount of things being produced from anything that your mind can imagine. And if it's not being produced here, you might be the person to help bring it to the area. All right. Very interesting question. At work, I'll only do what I'm paid to do. Okay. Do you, listening, strongly agree, neutral about it, disagree, strongly disagree? Let's see what Christy has to say.
I would tend to strongly disagree on that one. And the reason being is, just like Jessica said, some of the qualities that the best employees have are those that take initiative. So being one to always raise your hand for a project or to learn something new, to take advantage of new opportunities, is not only going to help you for future promotional considerations, but it's also going to expand your skill set. So even make you more marketable in the future. So it's a great opportunity to do above and beyond what you're asked to do.
That's exactly right. What most people think is, oh, when they pay me more, I'll do more. But it's the complete opposite. When you're the person who does more, you're the first person to get promotions and get raises. So do the best you can and do more than what's expected of you, and you will see yourself succeeding. All right. What is the average income for an individual in the manufacturing industry? Is it A, $32,700, B, $42,300, or C, $52,300? Aaron, you know a little bit about this. What say you?
I'm going to go with C. It's a nice average annual salary. You're able to take care of your family on that. Just here in my company, we actually have guys making up to $30 per hour. College is a great choice. College may not be a resource for everyone. So if you have an interest in the skills, the trades, welding, painting, CNC machinery, manufacturing is always going to be a viable industry for you to be able to provide for your family.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch and to participate in this HR trivia game. We learned an incredible amount about what it takes for you right now, no matter what stage of the game you're in, to make sure you succeed, you get the job that you want, and you succeed while you're on the job. Now, what I want to do is bring everybody up, and I want to say thank you to all of our panelists for taking their time to share their expertise and just incredibly great answers. Thank you all for being here. Let's wave and say goodbye to everyone at home.
Bye. Good luck.
Bye.